Hey Dan, we just saw the new Nicolas Cage movie, Mom Dad, where Nicolas Cage plays a mom and a dad.
Both at once?
Yeah.
Wow, what?
It's like a sequel to that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, something called, where he's a dad mom. He's got a baby. Mr. Mom? Oh, wait. Is that Michael Keaton?
The Arnold Schwarzenegger one.
What's that movie called? I love that film.
Okay, so it's twins when he and Danny DeVito are twins.
Well, duh.
And... the fuck is it called?
It's just called, like, A Pregnant Man. I think it's a very, like, forward title.
I
You gotta look it up.
can't not know now. You'll have me thinking about it all night. I'll be up in a cold sweat thinking...
What was that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called? Was it Twins 2?
No, triplets should always have happened.
Yeah, it should have happened.
Man, fuck Eddie Murphy or
Yeah.
whoever ruined
I think it was Eddie Murphy. They could have just done another Twins movie. I finally watched that like last year. It just came on TV. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be.
Why wouldn't you think that Twins would be a good movie?
I don't know. It just looked weird. Well, what, Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger as twins? Like,
Junior, that's what it was
is that what it's called?
Yeah, Junior.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, it is. Shut
Oh,
up,
okay.
I just looked it up.
Okay, fair enough.
Junior.
Junior, yeah. Nicolas Cage, Mom Dad is a sequel to Junior.
Remember Arnold Schwarzenegger's fucking bastard with his maid?
No?
Oh, it's a great story.
Is that a real story?
Yeah.
He had a kid with his maid?
Yeah, well, he only got discovered like a few years ago that he'd been fucking his maid for years because pictures were found of his maid's son,
Oh.
and everyone was like, "That's just Arnold Schwarzenegger."
Well, they just look the same.
Yeah, he like you know Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, like Patrick.
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger?
Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, like he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Mhm.
but this other kid is the spitting image of Arnold, and he's like when he was like 16, he was already like super buff and everything.
Alright.
So I was like, what the fuck?
Is that just genetic that Arnold Schwarzenegger's kids are just born buff?
I guess.
Hmm.
I wish I had a.
Yeah, genetically buff gene.
Yeah, I just have genetically tiny eyes
Yeah, you got Asian eyes.
and Haley Joel Osment face.
Yeah, that's an okay face.
That's true. I was
Haley
watching.
Joel Osment's an okay looking guy.
I was watching Sex Ed earlier.
Yeah. Is it just because you like looking in a mirror?
Kinda, yeah.
Hmm.
I wish
Like,
Haley
oh,
Joel
what would it be like if I started a movie called Sex Ed?
Yeah. What if I was a virgin?
You are a virgin.
Oh, I miss those
In
days.
spirit.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have sex for long enough, I feel like you should.
It grows
just be
back, yeah.
I feel like you should just be called a virgin again.
I don't think it works like that.
But I feel like
There should be a word for it when you haven't had sex in a while. It was like something similar to almost a virgin again.
Yeah, because what if you had it once when you were like 15, then you didn't have sex for like 20 years after that?
Yeah.
You might as well be a virgin.
Yeah.
You're worse, really.
Yeah, that is worse. You did so bad that it threw off your whole sex career.
Yeah.
We should make a word for it. Comment below what word you think we should call people that had sex once but then have not had sex for several years. So anyway,
A Rodney.
Rodney.
Yeah.
That's not a word, that's a name.
Yeah. Everything's a name at some point.
Could call it like virginer.
Nah, I feel like it shouldn't be something that has virgin in it. It just seems too on the nose.
Yeah, true.
Like, you might as well call them a re-virginated.
Virginate.
Yeah. The Revirginator. A guy who takes away sex from people.
Wow.
I don't
He
know.
just erases the fact that they ever had sex.
I don't know, it's like the Terminator, but
It's a virginator.
yeah, like like he puts like some kind of weird device that is like a dick that your dick gets put inside and then you're a virgin.
So he goes around like giving women back their hymen.
I'm not sure how it would work for women.
He just put a hymen back inside them.
Like he has like the spray on plasters but spray on hymen.
He just tapes back the hymen.
Yeah.
And tapes it back on.
Yeah.
Rewires it? I don't know what the fuck a hymen is. It's a really weird thing. Why do women even have it?
I should really go into more detail on learning about the vagina.
I should, yeah. I only know how to, like, please it. I don't know how it works.
That's true.
This is a good way
Well,
to start the episode.
I mean, I don't know if it's true for you, but
What? I don't know how vagina... Well, I don't know how it works, like, biologically, but I know how to make it happy. I know how to make it, like, squirt all over my face and give me chlamydia.
That's true. You do know that.
Good time, chlamydia.
I've seen the evidence.
Cow.
I don't know. It's a joke. Like, I've seen your gross, pus, bloody face.
No, it was... Yeah, there was blood in it. It was gross. Let's not talk about my chlamydia.
Okay.
So we saw Mom and Dad, the new Nicolas Cage movie.
It's a much different disease.
It's not... Oh, yeah, that's true. It does
If
have
it is a disease, I don't know.
Let's not spoil it. Mom and Dad, you saw the trailer for it.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it, found out it was out in like 2 days, and then just told you, hey, we should see this movie, don't watch the trailer.
Yeah, you said, new Nick Cage movie, don't watch the trailer, I wish I'd never seen it. And I was like, okay, I'll stay away from any trailers.
And then you saw a poster.
Yeah,
you went out of your way to
I wanted
find
to make
a
it
poster.
because we were seeing it tonight. I was like, I want to make a thumbnail, get it out of the way. And then I saw some things where I was like, oh, okay, I kind of have an idea of what this movie's about. I don't want to spoil it. This is the best movie I've seen in quite a while. It's definitely my favorite movie of the year so far. So let's give a really quick non-spoiler review, because I want to recommend it to anybody listening. If you're watching this, don't watch any other review. Go in completely blind. It's great. Dan, what did you think of Mom and Dad?
I think that parents have a beautiful job. You know, they spend all their lives, you know, wanting kids, and then they ruin their lives by having kids, and then they just kind of wait for the kids to die, or for themselves to die, whichever comes first.
No, you wait for your kids to leave so you can get your life back, but at that point you're old and have dementia.
That's true.
So.
And then they'll come back to look after you if you're unlucky.
Yeah, if you're good.
Or if you're lucky.
Or would you rather have like a maid that just like doesn't give a shit about you, or you end up on like a home?
Yeah, because at least they're getting paid for it. I just feel like I'd be an inconvenience on my
That's
family.
true, yeah, I wouldn't want to be an inconvenience. But if you don't like your kids...
That's true. If I didn't like them and
it's
I
like,
liked my money...
Yeah, you're making them suffer.
Yeah.
So you could just be like, you know, your kids are annoying you, whatever, you just be like, I've just shit myself and I'll have to clean it. That'll get them.
Nah, I think I'd do the sensible thing and jump off a cliff at that age.
I hope I don't get to that age. I have a feeling I'm gonna die when I'm 60. That's a good age to die. You've lived enough life, but you don't get to that like senile point.
I feel like I'm gonna push it for 90, then I'll go for the cliff.
Just jump off a cliff at night.
If I can jump, I'll jump off a cliff. If not, I'll just kind of like get on my knees and kind of like roll towards the edge and let the gravity take its course.
Well, if you raise your kids really badly and just treat them like shit, then you could get them to push you off the cliff, so you don't have to do it.
Yeah, you never know. Or get one of those wives that hates you and just wants you gone.
Yeah, you get like a mail order bride.
I feel like it'd be a good thing to have a mail order bride.
I've been thinking about it. It's not because like I've seen. I was watching something about dogs.
Yeah.
Where like this mail order bride and her husband, this fat piece of shit, and this like incredibly sexy looking Taiwanese lady that's just happy to be in the country. It's like she seems really grateful and she loves her dog. She seems like a good person. And you got people here that are just complete pieces of shit. So I'd rather have a Taiwanese mail order bride.
It does seem like a good thing. Like,
yeah, they seem very grateful that, oh, I get to leave my shithole country and come here.
Like, I don't really like cleaning my house.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like a maid and a wife all in one.
Yeah.
You know, what some may call a good wife.
I guess you do have to feed them, though.
Yeah, no, they feed themselves. You just gotta, you know, give them money to feed themselves.
Yeah, you're still...
Well, you gotta do that with every wife.
Nah, not a lot of it. Like, think about all the wives out in the world who feed their husbands. That's the dream. Just being able to be
a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And have a woman that will have sex with you and also look after you. Like a mum, but with benefits.
Yeah, kind of. What a beautiful world that would be.
It would be good. So, Mom, Dad.
Mom, Dad. There was a movie.
Yeah. I want to talk about it. It was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage did a great performance.
So, Dan, what did you think of Mom and Dad, non-spoilers?
Non-spoilers? No spoilers?
Just briefly.
None at all?
None at all.
Not even
Don't even say what the film's about. Just overall. With the title Mom and Dad and the fact that Nicolas Cage is in it, that's all people need to know, I would say. Don't look at a poster for it. Don't watch a trailer for it. Just go to the cinema now and see it.
I like the movie. It was a good movie.
It was very good. It was funny.
It featured actor Nicolas Cage, who owns many European castles.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's minted now then.
No, he's not.
No?
No, because he bought all those European castles.
This one he's just tied up in castles?
Yeah, because he's...
Oh, good old Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is super bankrupt.
Is he?
Yeah, he's bought so many castles.
Oh.
he owns like.
I thought you said he was okay now. I thought you said it was like back when he was doing like Sorcerer's Apprentice that he needed money.
I think he still does stuff every now and then, but he did stuff like that, like Disney jobs for the big money, you know. Hey,
just enough for a castle.
Hey Nick, we got Ghost Rider 2. Come on, get on this.
That's not big money, is it? I feel like that was a much smaller movie than Ghost Rider 1.
That is true. I don't even remember the marketing Ghost Rider 2.
Yeah,
I
don't think I've even seen it.
I just remember one day walking into a cinema, seeing a poster for it, and then there were like 2 screenings a day at that point already.
I could swear it was like straight to DVD.
Nah, it came out.
Oh, okay.
Ghost Rider 2, Spirit of Vengeance.
Have you seen it?
No. I started watching it once, and then I was kind of like, I just don't feel like it.
What's a good thing to talk about is, what do you think of Nicolas Cage overall? Not as a person, as an actor. I mean, as a person, he sounds a bit weird buying European castles.
I feel like you can't talk about the acting of Nicolas Cage without talking about the method behind him.
You mean the madness?
Yeah, owning castles, naming your son after Superman, and not even like...
That's fucking cool.
Not even calling him like Clark, but he calls him Kal-El. Kal-El Cage.
You think his dad hates... You think he hates his dad?
Probably. Have you seen the pictures of his son?
I don't know what he looks like.
His son looks like Marilyn Manson. Like,
oh, really?
Like dresses like Marilyn Manson, wears like white face paint.
That's a good son. So he's really trying to rebel against the fact that he's Superman.
That's true.
So I'll be the opposite. I'll be... what's the opposite of Superman? Marlon Manson.
Yeah, the Joker! It's Superman's arch nemesis.
Oh, yeah, he just doesn't know anything about comic books. You got them confused.
Oh, son. You got... I can't do Nicolas Cage's voice.
I can do an okay Nicolas Cage voice.
Yeah, you can. Do Nicolas Cage voice.
Well, what do you want me to say in the Nicolas Cage voice?
I'll just roll with it. Talk about your son and comic books.
I love my son, so I named him Kal-El after Superman. I was almost Superman. That's not a good Nicolas Cage. Oh! Not the bees! Oh, they're in my eyes! Not the bees! Ah! Oh, they're in my eyes! Eyes! Ah!
He loves those bees.
He
Wait,
does
no,
love...
he hates
No,
them.
he hates the bees. You mean like bees in your eyes? That's a good movie. What's that? The Wicker Man.
Yeah, Wicker Man.
Up till Mom and Dad, that was my favorite Nicolas Cage performance because he punches a woman in the face wearing a bear suit.
I still like National Treasure.
That's a solid film. I remember them being like fun Indiana Jones films.
I don't remember them being like that. Oh,
No.
I don't.
I remember enjoying them enough as a kid. I didn't really like love them, but they were fun. But it's a very tame Nicolas Cage performance.
Yeah,
I feel
Disney.
most movies just waste Nicolas Cage. The best performances are like Wicker Man and Kick-Ass. He does a great job in Kick-Ass.
Oh yeah, he's great in that movie. That's the good thing about that movie.
Good Nicolas Cage. Don't waste Nicolas Cage. I think Mom and Dad is the best Nicolas Cage performance I've ever seen.
Yeah, they definitely went full on with Nicolas Cage.
They
being
utilized
a crazy
him.
person. Yeah, like
They're like, okay, this is a weird movie. It's artistic, but also it's complete trash. This is perfect for Nicolas Cage, and he's the best part of the film. Go see the movie. Dan, what would you rate Mom and Dad at 12?
I'd give it a good 8.
I'm gonna go 10.
Ooh, a 10.
For now, it might change the more we talk about it. I've got a couple like nitpicks with it, but I don't think there's any. Oh yeah, no, okay. I got one big problem with it, but apart from that, solid film all the way to the end. Good performances, very artistic, good cinematography, really good pacing. It doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah, the movie is only like
90 minutes.
Yeah, like it can't be any more than
Maybe
that.
like a
I think it might even just
100
be like,
minutes or something.
I think it might have only been like 86 minutes or something.
Well, time flies when you're having fun. I didn't even check the time when we left the cinema. It made me want more. Like the film ended and I was like, oh, I didn't want it to end. I wanted it to keep going. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, it is.
I thoroughly enjoyed it and I will definitely watch it again. And I recommend anyone listening watch it instead of this review. But if you have seen it, let's talk about it in full detail because it's a fucking weird movie and I've got a lot to say about it.
Okay.
So, Dan, what did you think of Mom and Dad? Full spoilers. Let your mind go full Nicolas Cage.
I just want to throw a kid out of a window right now. I don't know. It's
Yeah, well, I was making the thumbnail and I was like, oh, okay. I think one of the taglines I saw was like, sometimes Mom and Dad just are gonna kill you. It was something really blatant like that.
Well,
I was like, oh, okay. It's a horror comedy about Nicolas Cage and some woman trying to kill their kids.
Well, the
that sounds interesting.
tagline was, they brought you into this world and they can take you out of it.
I didn't see that, but that's a great tagline.
Yeah. What you said.
Movies don't have taglines anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's because trailers don't have narrations anymore, and that's
true.
where you always got them from.
Can you imagine like an old style trailer for this? In a world where your parents are trying to murder everyone.
You have to Home Alone your way to freedom. I was kind of disappointed.
That was someone I saw where I was like, oh, it's Home Alone on bath salts.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
I was really disappointed. There wasn't enough Home Alone shit in it.
Yeah, there was.
There's really just one
two
thing.
Two bits maybe, one main bit, and then one kind of. Okay, that's kind of Home Alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good Home Alone bit.
Yeah, it was great.
It was. Yeah, this movie. It baffles me that it's anywhere near as good as it is, because it's like, tonally, just a fucking mess, but somehow it works amazingly. Like two drastically different tones that just perfectly mesh together. I would compare it to like Shaun of the Dead, but funnier. Like Shaun of the Dead is really good comedy, but I want to say that this doesn't have like straight up comedy elements, but it's just how they frame the horror. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's the presentation of the whole thing. Like they have very disparate music playing, where it's like, oh, there's a football field with all these parents like rushing to like just get their kids and just kill them, and then there's just this like happy kind of like just kind of like background music.
Yeah, the music's really good.
Yeah,
really good use of music. All the original music was good. All the music that it had a really good opening, where it's like this old like TV show about this family, and it used like clips from the film.
Yeah, it's just like a whole movie kind of look to it, but
yeah. I want to say I enjoyed it more and more the longer it went along.
Yeah, like when the movie like started, I was kind of like, okay. And
yeah,
then,
what is this? Like,
then they have like the slow burn start to kind of be like, okay, like.
Yeah, but it wasn't. The opening's not funny, and it wasn't.
I laughed a little bit.
I chuckled here and there at
it's just seeing
Nicolas Cage things. I liked the way he turned to look at his son all serious, and the dramatic music plays, and he's like, dun, he's like, ah, it's like that's great.
Like I'm talking about like the very first bit when there's a woman who just parks her car on the train tracks.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
It's just like
I didn't get that bit, because at that point I was thinking, okay, it's just about a mom and dad that snap and try to kill their kids. But after like 10 minutes, I was like, oh, it's like Kingsman, but crazier. Yeah, every parent trying to kill their kids, but no one else. They don't care about anybody else.
Yeah, which
is super interesting. And I love that they don't develop it in any way. They're just like, oh yeah, this is happening. You see some things on the news where like, oh, I don't know what the fuck's happening. People are not, maybe like pigs. Oh, pigs sometimes kill their piglets.
Yeah, and so everyone figures it out really quickly, because it's just like, well, they're only killing their own kids. Yeah, and then they're even interviewing people who have killed their kids.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts. Where I was like, well, yeah, because in this world where people just start killing their kids and you have no idea why, would you arrest everyone that killed their kids? Because is it even their fault?
Yeah, because there's that argument of like, it's not
they were being
malice,
controlled. Yeah,
it's just like, it's just nature. Kind of. Like,
yeah, that's what one of the guys on the TV says.
Yeah, like the guy who's going on about like pigs, like the like 50% of all piglets die because of their parents in some way. Their mother like sits on them or eats them because they're hungry. And there's static every time someone like snaps.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking like, are they trying to push like an agenda of like media?
That's something when the film started, and I think one of the teenage girl said something where I was like, don't like that. Is there propaganda behind this movie that it's like the dad is bad and he's gonna be a piece of shit because he's a white male? I was like, oh, she's dating a black man. Oh, what's the agenda? What agenda does this film have? Is it parents are bad? Don't listen to your parents? But there is no agenda.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. It's a movie. It's a real. They made the movie because they wanted to make a movie. They had an idea for a movie and they made it. They didn't have an agenda. So, what agenda can we push with this film? Jennifer Lawrence gets raped. Rape is bad. No, it's like whatever. Parents kill their kids. It's funny. Nicolas Cage is a psycho in real life.
Yeah. Hey, you wonder what would happen if you killed your kids? Wonder what would happen if everybody killed their kids? Yeah. Look at it. It's great.
It did remind me of Kingsman at the end, where everyone starts killing each other.
Yeah.
It's like they took that concept and they're like, oh, let's do something interesting with it and make a whole film about that, rather than just having it be like a major plot point in another film.
Yeah.
And there's this mystery to it, and once you want to know more about it, but it's good that it doesn't go into it, because it really would have bogged the movie down, where it's like, it doesn't matter. It's all about Nicolas Cage's insane family and what's going on there, and yeah, good framework, good plot, good story, characters. I thought they weren't developed enough, but then they started doing like flashbacks, and they work really well. Just when you're kind of getting bored of all the killing and trying to kill each other, it's like, oh, and we're going back 3 weeks later and stuff like that. I did think one nitpick that annoyed me is there was a bit where the kid has a flashback to him like tending to this animal or something at the side of the road. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah, it's like crows pecking at like a kitten or something.
I didn't see what it was. It looked like this ball of flesh.
Yeah,
I thought it was dead, but then he takes it home and nurses it to health in his dad's car or something.
Yeah, because that's supposed to be like the, what is it? I don't know, it's gross.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's gross.
Yeah.
So
and they do a lovely smash cut to that, and that's good. But then there's a part about halfway through where they do another, like, they go down into the basement and they see a bunch of wood and they're like, oh, fuck. And then it cuts to, like, and it says, like, big bold letters, 3 weeks earlier. And I was like, what? They didn't do that before. Why are you doing it now? And then they never did it again. So that felt a bit out of place. But that's just a nitpick.
yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
It didn't distract me in any way.
It distracted me because if they'd done it for every flashback, it would be, like, consistent, but I wouldn't have liked it. But because they only did it once, I was like, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, but the other ones were character motivation based, and that was
character. It was showing like, oh, these are
because it was explaining like why the basement was a mess and like kind
of. No, that scene was more showing like the true personality of the mom and dad.
Yeah, like that.
They're these happy people. They love their kids, but really, you know, they're just kind of broken people.
Point of the scene, but the framing of the scene coming in was that.
Which is why I feel they didn't need the 3 weeks earlier. You could have just shown it, and we would have been. Well, that's obviously not happening now. Like, it was the same with the rest of the flashbacks. You didn't need a 2 weeks earlier, 3 weeks earlier, because you get it from the context of the scene. So it was just weird to me they just used it for that one scene when there's like 4 flashbacks in the whole fucking movie. But yeah, nitpick. So yeah, like, the film starts kind of slow, and they don't really develop the mom and dad. They develop the kids.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to think of it. I was like, this is kind of funny.
Like, they established the relationship with the parents and the kids, like the mom and the daughter, like puberty, all that crap. Then like the son and the dad are obviously super close because he's still little and it's play. The kid looked like too old to be like the age, because like he doesn't go to school and like he's wearing pajamas.
I was like, why isn't he at school? He looks about 7 or 8.
He looked like 10 to me. Like,
he probably was.
Yeah,
it's hard to get good kid actors, but she looked her age. She looked about 15, 16, so maybe she was. Usually it's like, this 24-year-old is playing a 16-year-old kid. Yeah, fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Like the slutty best friend, she seemed like a 20-year-old player.
Yeah, she seemed about like 20, 19, 20. But yeah, no, the main kid, she had a fine performance. Yeah. The wee boy is okay, I guess. He's a kid actor, you know.
He only has like one line that's a bit like, the delivery was a bit off. Then
yeah, no, there's some emotional scenes where he does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Where he's like pleading to his mom and dad and stuff. You really feel for them, like you don't want them to get killed, but at the same time, you just want to see how far Nicolas Cage and his wife go.
Oh, yeah, you just want to see Nicolas Cage destroy these kids.
Well, you do.
Oh yeah, because it's funny.
I wanted to see Nicolas Cage get destroyed by his dad, Lance Hendrickson, Wayland from Alien.
Yeah, it's a weird moment.
It's a weird movie. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. It shouldn't work.
Like it's like, yeah, it's like they like they set up so many things, especially like in
and they pay them all off. That's one of the things. Like it opens in the opening, everyone's getting ready for work, everyone's talking in exposition. And I'm like, I don't know what to think of this.
Like,
it feels a bit cliched.
Grandparents are coming over, and then like,
we don't like your grandparents. All they do is talk about the war.
Yeah,
it's like Vietnam, blah blah blah. And then there's a Chinese woman. She's like, I'm Chinese, not Vietnamese. Racist. That's where I was like, ooh, agenda. But no, it was just a joke.
Yeah, it's just, I'm not Charlie.
Yeah.
Chinese, not Charlie.
Well, that's when anybody mentions race in any movie nowadays, immediately I'm like, ooh, SJW, ooh. And there was another bit where she's like, Nicolas Cage goes to his daughter, he's like, you can't date him. She's like, oh, I bet I know why, or something. I'm like, oh no, is Nicolas Cage just gonna be a big racist?
Yeah, which, that one definitely felt like it was on purpose to make you think.
Yeah,
like,
but then they subvert it where he's just like, oh, he's older than you.
Yeah, it's his own perspective on how he was when he was younger, and he doesn't trust
and that's
the
interesting.
young men. Yeah.
They developed I thought they weren't going to develop them as much, but they really do. Like, they show... Like, I really love that pool scene where he just kind of goes apeshit and starts breaking this, like, pool table, because it just shows, like...
Cage.
Yeah! You put your right foot in! You take your right foot out! You do the hokey and you...
Yeah, that is pure Cage. They really utilize Nicolas Cage in this. Yeah. Every single scene he's in, he is fucking captivating, and you can't take your eyes off him.
And he's hilarious. He's gonna do something.
He's gonna try and kill these kids. How the fuck is he gonna do? He's gonna gas his children in a basement. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh.
The bit when the mum just like looks in the bin and then sees the Vietnamese housekeeper's daughter.
She just doesn't care.
Yeah.
I love that. Like you could see the moment that they just switch.
Yeah.
Because she's like, they set up like, oh, my sister's having a baby, and then when you see like all the parents are trying to kill the kids, you're like, oh no, it's gonna kill her infant baby.
Yeah. So like with that one, it's like, okay, so she goes crazy after she has the kid. What about a pregnant woman having her second kid? Does she just smash the baby that's in there, or like does she wait? Does she bide her
I thought
time?
that's what she was gonna do, but they did it really well. Where she's like, "Oh, the moment it comes out, you're gonna feel like, you're gonna feel completely different. It's just gonna be pure love, and you're like, she's gonna kill the baby."
Yeah, and then you got the static, and then it's like, oh.
I was hoping there was gonna be something funny where they were throwing this fucking infant around, but she just tries to like strangle it. They played that more for horror, but it is kind of funny.
Yeah, like that was the only scene in the movie that kind of made me go, like that made me a little bit unwell, thinking of like, ugh.
Also, she had a soy boy cuck boyfriend.
Yeah,
It's like, not the dad.
Yeah,
which is funny because then he doesn't try to kill the baby as well.
Yeah.
So
like I thought that was gonna be a thing down the line, but it's like, oh, okay, no, it doesn't matter.
yeah, no, that was just so you could show the mum killing the baby and not have the dad.
Yeah, not have two people trying to kill the baby at once.
Too much baby killing.
Yeah.
But the baby survives, which is disappointing.
Yeah, and then there's all.
I want to see the baby get like thrown out of a window or something. Just this stupid like fake doll puppet thing.
I just kept thinking they were gonna do something like that. It's like, oh, they didn't go for it.
Yeah.
But then there's the scene of all the proud dads waiting to kill their newborns in the hospital. Just like.
I forgot about that. That's great.
Yeah, especially because like you just see the shadows through the windows.
Yeah.
And then it's like a side profile of
one of the guy's faces,
one guy
and he
like
just
grimacing.
like, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, like they set up everything really well. There's a bit at the beginning where Nicolas Cage is going to work and he stops next to like his son's little toy. He just kicks it out of the way. You're like, oh, they've set something up there.
Yeah.
And then later he like trips on it in the house, and it's hilarious because he like falls into a cupboard or something.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the 3 weeks
back.
earlier, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna trip and break my neck on one of his toys. And it's like they even foreshadow it after it happens, which is great.
Yeah. And yeah, it's great how they go into like the parents' motivations of like their regrets for having the kids. Like he lived happy, young and free, and then like he feels like his life's over since he had kids, and then the mum, her career ended when she had kids, and she's
one of the things that I did think about was a bit weird about that, where they're like, oh, we both had motivation, we wanted something different from our lives, but here we are, and it's like, why'd you get married then?
Yeah.
They never go into that at all.
Yeah, like why are they married?
I thought there was going to be a smash cut flashback to, oh, they met, they fell in love because they were young and free or whatever, and then she got pregnant and they felt like they had to get married.
Yeah,
but they don't go into that at all.
Yeah, like there's a girl in some flashbacks, and then like I kept thinking that was just gonna be the mum, but it's like it's not. And it's...
Yeah. Oh yeah, because young Nicolas Cage is driving a car, and the woman's like slapping her tits.
Yeah,
in his face. Something I thought was weird about this. Fucking 50 Shades of Grey or 50 Shades Freed or whatever, the new one. 18. Tamest sex scenes ever. No swearing. No violence. Very wholesome, conservative movie.
No
pro-gun.
abortions.
No abortions. Good movie. But it has the tamest sex scenes possible, and you see some incredibly flat tits. Disappointing tits.
No shaft.
No shaft. Some pubes, and that's it.
Free the
fucking
shaft.
18. This, 15. Gratuitously? Is that how you say that word? Grotesquely violent. They swear all the time. There's child murder, baby murder.
But there's no banging.
That's
so therefore, 15.
But there's tits.
But there's no implied penetration.
Sex. Yeah. So it's good. This is a wholesome movie for kids.
Yeah.
But 50 Shades Freed, where they don't want to have an abortion, which is a good message for children. No. Too much. That pisses me off. Fuck the rating board.
Are you saying that these kids that we show sex education...
They should watch 50 Shades Freed.
No. They should watch this movie. They should watch Mum and Dad.
Don't piss off your parents. They'll murder you.
Yeah, that's true. They will.
Yeah.
If only. I feel like there should be some law of like your kids at a certain age, you can still just get rid of them.
you get a couple of years to abort them.
Yeah, while they're
We've changed our mind. Please abort this child.
I feel like 7 is a fair age. Like,
That's awful. That's one of the worst things you've ever said.
like, you know, it's just like
You're for killing 7-year-old children.
one day, just, hey, where's Thomas? Oh, his parents.
They had him aborted.
They decided against Thomas. And then you're just like you're still like 7, waiting to turn 8. It's like 2 weeks before your birthday, and you're just kind of like, oh, it could still happen.
You gotta be. We do encourage kids to be good. Yeah. I don't want to get aborted.
That's what I'm gonna tell my kids.
I'll abort you. I'll have you killed.
I'm gonna tell.
I'll kill you with a saw.
I'm just gonna like let them know, like, hey, keep in mind until you're 8 years old.
Yeah.
And get rid of you.
You got the people, conservatives protesting it, like, you can't take a life, you can't kill a child. You'd be like, it's just a child, it's not conscious until age 12. Until it hits puberty, it's just a giant fetus.
Well, that's like the age that you develop morals.
Oh, that's true.
Or no, like 9? I think it's 9.
I think it's earlier.
No,
I don't know a lot about kids.
Yeah.
I just know they'd be easier to kill than they are in this film. They do a bad job of killing the kids.
That's because they're all having fun with it.
They are.
And that's what I liked about it. Because it's like...
You see the smile on their faces as they're like, oh, the kid's dead. It's great.
Because it's just like, oh, they're just so satisfied with
Yeah.
how they're killing their kids exactly
Which
the
is what
way
I was
they
saying
want.
earlier, where it's like, she's like holding her sister's baby as she's trying to kill it angrily, and she's just like terrified. She's like, oh, I want to go and see my kids. And you see the moment that she snaps, where she hears the static on the radio. And it's just wonderful how she just walks into the house, and Nicolas Cage is on the floor. There's a dead body next to him, and she just doesn't care. And they're like, okay, how are we gonna kill these fucking kids? And then they're trying to saw down the door because they're in the basement, and then they like show. Oh, that was funny. Where it's like Nicolas Cage goes to get his gun, and then the kid has the gun, and just like, what was the combination? Oh, Joshua's birthday.
Then he shoots through the door.
Yeah.
Oh, good son.
shoots his mum in the arm. And then
Remember.
there's the bit where he's like wrapping the bandage. He's like, 1, 2.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
Yeah.
But also, like, some of the horror elements are pretty like unnerving.
Oh yeah, they're creepy as hell.
They are. Like the one of the bits that I thought was like weird, and I don't feel like the tones mixed super well. I think if it was shot more common, it was the bit where they're at the school. Well, first off, they had a good teacher.
Yeah.
I like that teacher. I was watching him like, I'd have that teacher. Seems like a good teacher.
Confiscates phones.
Yeah.
Good teacher.
Doesn't take shit. He
Tries to stop a kid from being killed by their parent.
That's true. Yeah. Good teacher.
I think they had a lot.
He'd have a gun.
Yeah. Hey, if I thought I was gonna kill my kid, I'd let him have a gun.
Just in case.
Yeah, son. Remember,
I want it to be fair game.
son, if Daddy ever tries to kill you, remember, aim for the face. You don't want to recognize me when I'm gone. You want to be able to look.
It'll make it easier to let go.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, true.
If it was just like a big like blown out, especially like, son, aim for the back of the head. That way my face will go out the front and turn inside out. It'll be horrifying. You won't have to remember Daddy's face.
You just remember the horrifying mess you created.
Well, yeah, but you'll get over it.
They only used the gun once. That disappointed me. I was like, why you just use the gun again? They're running away. It's like, use the fucking gun.
Yeah, but they're filling the room with gas, so they can't really use the gun at that
No,
point.
but after that, when they escape, like, what happened to the gun? They don't use it again.
They forgot the gun, whatever.
I forgot the gun.
There's gas in the house.
That bit was like, oh no, going back to the school bit with the parents. They're like, oh, and I was like, what's going on? Because I hadn't seen the trailer. I was like, okay, are the parents trying to kill the kids? And then one of the kids like, oh no, I've got to go and see my mom. And the mom just starts like stabbing him with her keys. And then this like really jovial music starts playing. It's like dun 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 dun. That's a still game theme. But this jovial music starts playing, and everyone's running, and there's violence, and everyone's scared, and it's like, it made me chuckle a little bit because of the music. But the way they shot it wasn't super funny. But it was kind of violent, but it wasn't that scary either. So I feel like that scene particularly didn't fall into either category very well.
I enjoyed it enough. It
was okay, but I'm just saying that could have been better.
But it's stuff like the policeman is just like, he just punches a woman's head to a bloody mess.
Yeah, that's funny.
And that's another thing, like, how many police would there actually be
that have their own kids.
Yeah, like how many police don't have kids so
Yeah.
they can actually like stop
That
this
was
stuff?
one of the things I thought was interesting. Where every time there's another character introduced, you're like, do they have kids? Are they gonna try to kill the kids?
Yeah.
Does the teacher have his own kids?
Yeah, because like who like, and then like if they did they just not get a signal yet because they were away from anything that would have static or?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot more to this movie that I feel like was cut out.
Yeah, like I feel like this is something where it could have been like a slog where it would have had like an
Yeah.
extra half hour on it and they would have explained what
yeah,
happens.
and they have a proper ending where they show the aftermath and how they solve the problem, or they don't solve the problem, or what happened to the world, or was it the? I thought they were gonna do a thing where they're like, it was the Russians that were trying to kill us because.
No, that's dumb. I thought it was.
Well, I always assume when I see a movie is like, where's the propaganda? Where's the agenda? So it's like, oh, this is an invasion. They're trying to kill us. So this is an attack. I was like, okay. Who are they gonna blame the attack on? Is it gonna be the Russians? Is it gonna be like Christian conservatives or some bullshit? But no, it was just they never explain it.
I was hoping aliens or something would turn up at one point.
That would have made the movie full trash. I would have enjoyed that.
Yeah, but
I'm glad they didn't do anything like that because
just
it's
left
not
open.
important. Yeah, it is a kind of, because as I said, like very artistic, but at the same time complete trash. There's some really well shot scenes, really well framed scenes, and it does leave a lot up to the interpretation. I was like, what caused the whole epidemic? Who cares? It's up to you. And that's one of my biggest problems is the ending. Like after you've gone through all this shit and the kids are like terrified, they tie up their parents, and you're thinking like, okay, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna solve the problem, or are they gonna have to kill their parents? But then Nicolas Cage is like, I want to kill you, and then the film stops.
Yeah,
I got a problem with that.
That's
I
fine
like
with
a
it.
good ending in a movie. I don't feel like that. The ending didn't give me the conclusion I wanted. I didn't want them to go into full detail about the aftermath of stuff. Because one of my favorite parts was that bit where they interview this guy who's killed his kids,
Yeah.
and he's just like, "Oh, I think what's happening is horrible, truly horrible." He's like, "But for me, oh, it was great, killing my fucking kid.
I'd do it
What a
again."
piece of shit." Yeah. It's like, okay, I wanted to see more of that. Just at the end, you just show what the world has become, maybe more than just this little area.
Yeah, like maybe if they just had like a news report
Yeah.
where it was just like, the aftermath, like everything's calmed down now. Don't worry, but it's just like people who are just like
Covered in
like
blood.
cutting up their kids,
Yeah.
and, like putting them in bin bags, or
That
like,
was another great bit. Was it
or there's
when
specific
they call
like lorry to pick up all the corpses of
Yeah.
the kids or something.
Yeah, everyone's just totally casual, but you could have
Yeah.
done something really funny or clever with that. I feel like they had either more written or they had filmed more, and then in editing they're just like, we don't need this, let's just trim this down and make this shorter 90 minutes fun.
Yeah. Or honestly, maybe they just couldn't think of like
A good ending?
Yeah,
Yeah.
satisfying ending, so they just
Because I
went,
can't think of a super satisfying. I can think of a couple different endings, but I don't think any of them. I think they'd be more satisfying than the ending we have, or it just stops.
well, I don't know, like
Because I hate movies that just stop.
like would they just leave the parents in the basement? Would they just shoot the parents?
Or they go
Would
to get the police and the police take them away, or
But then why?
maybe they
what are
shovel
the
them
police
all
gonna
into
do?
like a hospital or something to try and treat them. Anything that's just like, and the story is concluded. The story wasn't concluded. The story stopped. Are they setting it up for a sequel? I'd watch a fucking sequel.
The kids survived.
Yeah.
Whatever. The parents, they can just kill. Whatever.
But are the parents crazy forever? Is this gonna stop?
Yeah.
Or
That's
are
what
they,
I like
Are they
about the
have to
ending.
kill their? Okay, I guess it's up to your own interpretation. I don't know. When I see a movie, one of my favorite things about a film is if it has a good ending. You look at a movie like, I don't know, just off the top of my head, Return of the Jedi. Not a perfect movie, worst of the 3 Star Wars movies, but it's got a great ending. Darth Vader gets his redemption. Luke's a hero. He sees his dad as a ghost, and it's just like, oh, it's satifying. You're like, oh, and that's how the story's over. And it
No,
ended
we have
wonderfully.
to bring it back. Luke Skywalker's an idiot. He died. He died for nothing.
Let's not get into the last.
Han
fuck the
Solo
Last Jedi.
also died for nothing.
Hashtag Last Jedi sucks.
When's Leia gonna die for nothing? Carrie Fisher died for
Do you think
cocaine,
she'll just
so
disappear in the next movie?
yeah, I hope she just turns into clothes like everybody should.
It just because apparently they filmed some scenes for the next one, which I don't think they did. I think they're bullshitting. So I don't know how the fuck they're gonna handle that. That's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting to see.
I think there'll be a scene where Kylo Ren breaks Leia's heart, and then she just turns into a pile of clothes, and that's how she dies. Heartbreak. She died of a broken heart, like Carrie Fisher,
like Padme, like Carrie Fisher.
whose heart was broken through
By-
years of crack.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It was definitely a drug overdose. Or Disney killed her.
Hashtag Star Wars Episode 9 predictions.
Theories for how they're gonna kill off Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like...
They already did
Yeah,
that.
they already killed off Carrie Fisher. Bring Nicolas Cage into Star Wars. Give him his own Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that Nicolas Cage was gonna be in, like, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or something.
He'd be okay in that. A villain or something? I don't fucking know.
But I don't know.
Let him go full Nicolas Cage.
That's just what... But when I heard that, I was like, why are you announcing something like this already? Or is this announced?
Is
this a rumor?
Guardians
Like,
of the
what?
Galaxy 3 announced? I mean, it's assumed.
No, I think it was confirmed. Like,
Oh,
like before Volume 2 came out, I think James Gunn did an interview where he was like, yeah, the studio's letting me do the third one or whatever. Will it be called Volume 3? I think that there's no point calling it Volume 3 when I'd say they've already tied up the...
No, they'll call it
thing.
Guardians of the Galaxy Zune.
Oh, yeah, Zune.
And then the fourth one will be called, like, iPod or whatever. Fucking who cares?
Again, iPod next. Then what will he get after an iPod?
A computer?
He'll just be on Earth, so you can just get
That's
whatever he
true.
wants.
Yeah, he'll probably just get an iPad and iPod or whatever on Infinity War. Oh no, he'll get a Sony MP3 player. Because Sony.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. And also, he had a Sony Walkman in the first one.
That's true, yeah.
Anyway, back to Mom Dad. Yeah, do you have any major problems with it? Because you only gave it an 8 out of 12, so... What made it lose the 4 points?
Yeah, it's just like the opening's kind of slow. I mean,
Yeah.
it gets there, but and I just wish that it was a bit more over the top in places.
Yeah. I feel like some scenes could have been... They could have amped up the horror more, and then
Yeah.
some scenes they could have amped up the comedy more.
Yeah,
But I think overall it tried a fine line between the two.
I do think that they should have gone a lot further with the horror aspect of it and just gone.
I don't know.
I just feel like
There's some scenes where it's like the bit at the beginning where the parents are all killing their kids. I think it would be if that was more horrific. I think that would have worked better with the jovial music playing.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. That scene was just it wasn't funny enough to be a comical scene, and it wasn't horrific enough to be a horror scene. So it was just kind of neither. Like that scene particularly, you could improve. But the Nicolas Cage trying to kill his kids, that's funny, and being more horrific would make it less funny, so...
But I do think that just being locked in the basement and just kind of...
Yeah, I was hoping there was going to be... Because as you said, like, they're calling it, like, Home Alone on crack or whatever, but it's not. There's one really good Home Alone scene, and then the rest is just, like, running around trying to kill their children.
Okay, so what else? The kid's got a gun.
Just like Home Alone.
And then he doesn't use the gun enough.
He uses the gun once.
Yeah. And then... I don't know, I'd just say, like... I don't even know, it's just kind of like... I would say this movie was very, very good.
But you gave, like...
I'm probably gonna give it, like, a 9, I don't know.
Yeah, because you gave Blade Runner an 8, and you didn't like Blade Runner. Your rating system's fucked.
That was because you kept telling me to start doing it by how...
Quality.
Like, yeah, rather than my opinion of liking the movie.
I try to give it both.
Then I'm probably gonna get, like... Because if I went by... It would only be for the theatrical cut. I'd give Blade Runner the 8 or whatever I gave it.
Because of the cold fish?
Hashtag cold... I don't know.
Hashtag cold Black Panther.
Hashtag you... Whack Uganda.
Waganda?
Waganda?
Waganda, yeah.
Yeah.
Waganda Knuckles.
Yeah. I'd give it a solid 9.
Yeah. I'm still gonna go 10. Very, very funny. Very... Oh! My favorite part of the movie, they set up at the beginning, like, oh, your because you see, like, the intro.
Yeah, like the cat, like, it was a bit like spoilers on, like, who's in the movie. When it's
I like that, because it made you anticipate it, because they
Yeah.
showed Lance Hendrickson, and I was like, oh, I like Lance Hendrickson. He's really good in, like, the Alien movies, and I haven't really seen him in anything else, but he's really good in those films, so I was like, and then they're like, oh, your grandparents are coming, I'm like, oh, his grandparents are gonna be, like, Lance Hendrickson, and then when it was like, oh, the kids, they're killing their kids, I was like, oh my god, Lance Hendrickson's gonna show up at the end and kill Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, 'cause, like, Nicolas
And then
Cage
you
is,
totally forget about it, because there's, like, they're in the house and they're trying to kill each other, and then you just hear, like, ding dong, and I was like, oh.
I forgot your parents.
That was tonight.
Lance Hendrickson's here.
oh, mom, dad, and then they mace him and stab him in the gut. And
He's like, you killed me.
Yeah.
You fucking killed me.
and then he sees his son again, and then he just goes crazy and starts chasing him, and then it's Henriksen's chasing him.
I love the bit where like he's trying to stab his son to death, and the kid's like, "No, Grandpa, don't kill him," and he's like, "Hey, kiddo!" It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It shouldn't work anywhere near as good as it does. But I did wish that I was thinking that they were going to do another flashback for Lance Henriksen just to show his relationship with Nicolas Cage and show that they didn't get along too well. But they did do a scene where like Nicolas Cage talks to his son about the car, and that was a really good scene. I love the way it ended, where he's like, "If you touch the car again, I'll fucking kill you," and then it just cuts to him like smashing down the car.
Yeah.
Wonderful use of flashbacks in this.
Yeah.
Like generally when you see a flashback in a movie, you're like, "Oh, cheap."
Yeah.
You could have done that in another way.
It's okay. Here's Iron Man and his parents
Yeah.
in Captain America: Civil War. Oh, my dad was disappointed in me, and then I never lived up to his expectations.
Props. I don't think it's very good, but I give that props because it wasn't actually a flashback. It was just kind of him acting in front of an audience. It's not great, but at least it wasn't just straight up flashback.
I can't remember.
You look at like
why was he showing holograms of his dead parents?
To set
being
up that they were
disappointed?
killed by Winter Soldiers, so that could be a twist earlier. Even though by setting it up, it diminishes the twist.
But why was he showing it to MIT students?
Because it needed to be revealed later. The reason they died. It's a bad movie. What do you want from me?
It's true. It's a bad movie.
It's not awful. It's okay. I enjoyed the Civil War. I preferred the war against parents and children, though.
That's true.
I love when Lance Henriksen gets run over by a car, and then his mom like flips off the top of the car.
Yeah, like was her body like hit? I thought at one point I thought it was just her head going over. But
Yeah,
then it's like
no,
oh,
it was
it's
her
the
whole body. Yeah,
Yeah,
because you see like Lance Henriksen's like face is like smashed in. And
yeah,
everything.
he's just like stuck on the back of it.
Oh, another thing that I thought was good was I totally forgot about it until now. The boyfriend, the black guy, he was really good. Maybe not performance-wise, but character-wise, he was interesting because, like, when he was assumably, like, he goes home, like, he doesn't give a shit about his test, and then his dad's trying to kill him. And it's like, it's kind of sad because, like, oh, his dad's like an alcoholic or whatever. And then he goes because he wants to save his girlfriend, and then Nicolas Cage, like, presumably murders him. And immediately I was like, oh, of course the black guy dies first in a horror movie.
Yeah.
But then you see him like twitching, and you're like, "Oh, he's not dead. Oh, he's gonna come back." And then he does come back, and he saves the girl, and then he immediately gets killed again.
Yeah.
And then he comes back a second time. I thought that was quite funny, where he just like he keeps like he falls down the stairs at one point, and you're like, "Okay, he's dead now," but then it comes back again. It's interesting.
Can't keep a black man down. No matter how hard you try.
He wants that white pussy.
That's true. He
Sweet
does.
pussy.
That's true. Just
he ain't
like
dying until he's had it.
just like Get Out, the Oscar award-winning feature
Oh man,
film
fuck Get Out.
for its writing, directing,
Writing.
original screenplay.
The movie where white people are trying to steal black people so they can put their white brains into black people's bodies so they become the ultimate human being. That won best screenwriting.
So original. Never has it been thought of before.
That's true because it's dumb.
That's true.
This is scarier.
Yeah, it is.
This is
That's-
universally scarier because like
Yeah.
everyone could be, ooh, what if my parents tried to kill me? What if I pissed them off and they tried to cave my head in with a saw?
This is the Get Out for people with parents.
This is the Get Out for people with taste.
Also, yeah. And also, it's just, like, in Get Out, it's like, oh, the motivations of people are all independent, like, dumb things.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see you again. I'm old.
Yeah.
My dick doesn't work so good. And,
I want a big black dick.
yeah, in this, it's like, brainwashing.
Yeah. What did it? Who cares? Not important to the plot. The
Yeah.
plot is about the parents and the kids and their confrontation. The parents already had problems. It's
like,
interesting.
Yeah,
It's developed
it's
well
interesting without explaining it.
enough. Yeah, it doesn't ruin it. It doesn't bog the movie down by like going into full detail about how.
Here
it
is
was-
how we scoop out your brain and send you into the recesses of your medulla oblongata.
No, it's just Nicolas Cage trying to murder his kids with a saw.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Like, senseless shit like this that'll never be anywhere
No.
near an award.
Hold on, I gotta look this up. What's this got on Rotten Tomatoes? I bet it's something stupid like fucking 30% or whatever.
I'm gonna go 71. 71 audience.
Yeah, 71 audience, yeah.
Not sure about critics.
Critics are fucking idiots. Who cares?
That's true.
Stop texting me while I'm trying to look up the ratings for fucking mom and dad.
Who's texting you? Is it the boss baby?
How would it be Boss Baby? Did he win the Oscar?
I hope so. I don't know. I didn't check. Hashtag a silent
You were
voice was
what did you
snubbed.
say? 71.
Yeah.
You were close. 73.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good score.
Yeah.
Only 5.5 on IMDb. I don't think that's right.
What's the critic? Wait, was critic 70?
Critic 73.
Ah, neat.
I'm glad. Yeah, I did. I see when I was looking at the posters and stuff. I did see like, oh, it's like Home Alone on crack. Oh, it's surprisingly funny. It's the best like jet black comedy since Shaun of the Dead and all that shit.
Yeah.
44% audience score.
What the hell?
Oh my god.
It's because it didn't have. I don't know who these people are. I know Nicolas Cage and Selma Blair. I don't know who these kids are. I don't
What's
know
their
these actors.
motivation?
I don't know the cast, so I don't know their motivations.
This is stupid.
I need to know who the actor is because I'm
Well,
an
everyone
idiot.
knows Nicolas Cage.
No.
Nicolas Cage
No,
is
but
a
the
draw
kids,
card.
the kids, everyone else, everyone who isn't Nicolas Cage and Selma
that's
Blair.
I don't know who Selma Blair is. Like, I've seen her face and things. I don't know who the fuck she is. Oh, that's a good thing to talk about quickly. Performance-wise, Nicolas Cage, standout performance. Probably the best of his career. I love the bit where he's, like, screaming on the door, like, "I'm the fuck! I'm gonna kill you!" And then he's just like, he just starts crying. That's amazing. Like, you could tell that it's just like, they were like, okay, Nicolas Cage, at this point, you go crazy. Go. And they just let him loose. But like Selma Blair, she's really good.
Yeah, she had a really emotional performance, honestly.
Yeah, where you can see her like kind of snapping out of it a couple times. And she's like, "No, I can't do this."
Yeah,
But,
her memories of her happiness with her kids. Like they even
her
have,
like crying in the car was kind of funny.
yeah, you even have the whole thing of like the son is kind of afraid of his dad because
Oh yeah, because he was like shouted at him
Yeah.
one time.
then you see like the mum being very like soft and tender with the kids, and it's like it's a nice little parallel between them and their parenting.
Yeah, and the kids did a good job, and Lance Henriksen did a really good job for the one scene that he was in. I think the grandmother wasn't very good, but whatever.
I also thought it was really fun that Selma Blair tried to kill
Yeah.
because it's like and then
Oh no, yeah, she didn't, did she?
yeah no because it's just like well that's like no connection to the brainwashing.
Yeah.
She just really hates
Yeah.
her mother-in-law. It's funny.
Yeah, I like shit like that. Where it was like Nicolas Cage is just trying to kill this black kid, his daughter's boyfriend, and it's like, okay, that's not his kid. He just doesn't like this kid.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want his daughter to have a boyfriend. But then he sees his daughter and he literally tries to murder her immediately.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I don't know. Overall, this is one of the best movies I've seen in a while. I'm gonna say, since American Made, this has been my favorite movie. I like Greatest Showman. I preferred this. It's more fun. Like, full laugh out loud belly laughs in the cinema. Everyone was laughing. And by everyone, I mean the fucking 3 people that saw this with us.
Yeah, there were
More
very-
people should see this movie.
Very few people. Very few. But
Disappointing.
but-
Well, 43% audience score. Like, people are just fucking idiots.
yeah.
But I mean, that 40, I think it's 44% audience like The Last Jedi. So people like this as much as they like The Last Jedi.
But the critics don't like it as much.
Because the critics are fucking idiots. You can never trust them.
I'm sorry, a movie that has less than a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes, I think I'll pass.
Most movies get less than 98.
Yeah, but the movies that make billions always get, like,
Yeah.
and they're always like, hey, it's the Marvel movie.
Well, I think Black Panther's still at like 97 or something.
I don't think I'll be wasting my time on Black
That's
Panther.
1% lower than my quota.
Yes. I genuinely know a couple people who always seem to be like, I heard that movie only got like a 90. I don't know what's seen that.
What?
It's like a 90.
That's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's a glowing recommendation.
Yeah, and then people will just go like, eh.
Who's that? Is that people at your work or?
There is the one person at my work who will usually be like he'll go to see a movie in the cinema if he hears it's got like 90 whatever Rotten Tomatoes. Then he'll just pirate it. Otherwise,
Oh, right, yeah. Fair enough. I'm just looking through the reviews at the moment. There's this one bad review where the guy's like, the quote joke unquote soon wears thin. However, and the film with few actual ideas to express resorts to slapdash plotting and dead end gore. Yeah, it's trash. It's supposed to be.
it's great.
Yeah. Like, that's one of the things I enjoyed about it. That's the best thing about it, is that it's not trying to be anything else. It's just like, whatever, it's trash. But because it's aiming to be trash,
And it's succeeding.
it succeeds wonderfully at being trash. But also, there's really artistic, good stuff in there as well,
Yeah.
which elevates it above the rest of the trash.
Yeah, like when I saw the trailer, I just kind of thought like, oh, this will just be like good for a laugh. But then coming out of it, I'm like, this is just genuinely a great movie.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know what to think about it. I thought it might suck.
Yeah, like I thought the trailer would have completely spoiled it for me, but the depth that I got seeing the movie is, it's great.
I'm interested to watch the trailer now just to see how much it gives away. But yeah, I'm definitely glad I didn't see anything about it because I got to like experience the movie as it went along, and all I knew was, oh, so the parents are gonna kill the kids at some point. I didn't know anything else. That's why, like, Max was saying, he's like, oh, you should subscribe to. I can't do an American accent, but he said I should subscribe to like trailer channels on YouTube so I can see all the upcoming movies. I was like, fuck no, the trailers ruin movies. I want to see a poster, if anything, and go maybe watch that.
Hey, is there an Instagram for just new movie posters? I'll follow that and then just look at them.
Yeah, just the posters.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage does crazy like no one else, but his descent into insanity here, not too far from how his character acts, and at the beginning of the film, really can't elevate Taylor's juvenile take on adulthood. What? Who's Taylor?
I guess the girl.
I think... Oh, I like the bit where the grandmother's like, Kendall's not even a real name!
Yeah.
That was great. Overall, just genuinely good. I don't think I got anything else to say about it. My favorite bit is when they were trying to gas the children, because that was just like horrific to me. It was like, of all the ways to do it, you go full Nazi and try to gas them. But then like they hear them coughing and Nicolas Cage just like smiles and he's like up against the door like, oh, are they dead?
No, because they're not trying to kill them with the gas. They're trying to get their defenses down.
Yeah, so that they can then kill them. Yeah,
so they can beat them to death.
Yeah. Yeah, with a mallet.
Yeah, well, think about how unsatisfying it would be to kill your kid
with gas. Yeah, you'd want to do it with your hands, really, not a mallet.
I think a weapon would be good because it just makes it that bit easier to just get through it. Because it's gonna take a while. You're gonna hurt your hands.
Oh, stupid kid! I broke my hand punching your face.
Hey, folks, I'm Jonathan Taylor and Thomas.
Wait, Jonathan? Who's that?
It's a kid from Home Improvement.
Oh.
I'm here to sell you the battering ham. Now, what's that you say? The battering ham? Why, it's the thing of the future.
A giant thing of ham to batter down doors?
It's a big ham, and you slam your kid's head into it, and then it's ready to eat. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, star of Home Improvement. Remember the 90s.
If you could kill a kid with any weapon, what would it be?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. He's a human weapon.
Kill your kid with another kid.
No,
you want Jonathan Taylor Thomas from Home Improvement or nowadays?
Yeah, well, nowadays he'd be a much more efficient weapon.
He'd be harder to wield though because he'd be so big.
He's got to be like 30 something by now.
Yeah,
jeez.
He'd be bigger than you. He'd probably just beat the shit out of you when you try to use him as a weapon to kill your children.
I think Jonathan Taylor Thomas is the short one of them. I think I'm probably his height or taller.
Still, I'd rather use the kid. It'd be funner. It'd be more fun to beat a kid to death with another kid.
Remember those seasons of Home Improvement when Jonathan Taylor Thomas left? You never watched Home Improvement?
No.
What the hell's the matter with you?
I don't like Tim Allen. Nah, I'm joking. I fucking love Tim Allen. He's good in Jungle to Jungle.
Yeah, he's good in the world, except for his drug addiction.
What? He's not addicted to drugs. He's a Christian. Oh, he's a Christian now.
He was addicted to drugs, when he went to prison.
Oh, yeah.
Home Improvement was basically what saved his career.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Good for him. Good man.
You should watch Home Improvement.
I should. I've seen some clips from it. I don't much care for, like, the sitcom thing. Like, oh, blah, 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 setup. Oh, blah, 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 but you're a piece of shit. Ha!
How dare you? How dare you say these things about
maybe
sitcoms.
Home Improvement's better than that, but I don't know.
It's not, but it's great.
Yeah, fair enough. Anything else you want to say about Mom and Dad? Should we wrap this up?
Nah, I got my Jonathan Taylor Thomas agenda out.
Your agenda to encourage people to beat a child to death was Jonathan Taylor, whatever's face.
With currently super popular actor Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Wait, what's he been in recently?
Nothing. I don't think. I don't know. I'll have to look up Jonathan Taylor Thomas now.
Rest in peace, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
I hope he's dead.
Why would you hope he's dead?
Well, because then you're not just saying some shit.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he's not gonna click on this video.
That's not true. Maybe he probably has one of those Google things set up so that whenever someone posts mentions him,
YouTube closed captions when it hears the word Jonathan Taylor Thomas. It's like, oh, Jonathan, watch this video. They talk about you.
It'll ping Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Like, am I relevant again?
And then he realizes he isn't. Oh. And then he goes, 500.
Is he Tim Allen's son in that film?
Yeah.
So,
Show!
whatever, I don't care.
No results found. Well, that's too bad for Jonathan Taylor Thomas' career. Why am I not getting any results? What the hell's going on? Why can't I find Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Are you sure you didn't make this guy up?
I'm probably just getting his name wrong. It's probably like Anthony Taylor Thomas or something.
Maybe.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Look up Home Improvement.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas 2?
What, the movie?
I don't know. Just the maybe he's got a son and he called it Jonathan Taylor Thomas 2.
What should we name our son? I don't know, just the second version of me.
Height 1.65 meters. That makes him like a couple centimeters shorter than me.
Oh, okay, you could wield him as a weapon.
That is true. I am an adequately powerful man.
Oh, you lift weights, I think.
I've kind of lifted a weight or two.
I've lifted a weight once. Wasn't very big.
I can't see any recent credits. They all seem to be from before the year 2000. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's definitely a dead career right there.
Yeah, I mean, Home Improvement, and then when he voiced Simba.
He voiced Simba?
Yeah.
When was that?
In The Lion King.
But which one? No, it was fucking what's his face? Not Brendan Fraser, the guy that played Inspector Gadget. He was in Godzilla.
Yeah, he was the adult Simba.
Oh, he voiced Kid Simba.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you think he did both Simbas?
He just I don't know, maybe.
No, Jonathan Taylor Thomas as young Simba. Yeah, like what the hell happened to Jonathan Taylor Thomas? I can't find anything. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, if you're out there, we need you.
I don't know who you are. Yeah, I appreciate your work in Lion King.
He can't wait to be king.
That's true. Well, he's never going to be now. His career's dead.
That's true.
He's as dead as Simba's dad.
Mufasa.
His career's a ghost in the sky.
Please recast whatever dumb kid is going to be Simba in the new...
Oh yeah, there's live action.
Get rid of Donald Glover and have Jonathan Taylor Thomas be
bring him
adult
back.
Simba now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that would
Boom.
work. He probably doesn't have a good voice anymore.
Disney, you've just sold a script.
What is this? Not a script. That's casting.
Yeah, but you've just hired a casting director now.
They don't want you.
Why not?
No black people in the movie, all white males.
Well, The Lion King. What is this movie about? Africa?
There was no black people in the original except
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones, yeah.
Seriously though, replace Donald Glover.
Yeah, fuck Donald Glover.
Put in Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
You don't look like a good Lando.
Think about how satisfying it will be for the fans of The Lion King to hear Kid Simba be
but remember,
adult Simba now.
Seth Rogen's in the movie. It's gonna be trash. It's gonna suck.
Oh yeah, he's Pumbaa.
We're smoking weed.
I'm really surprised that Timon isn't James Franco.
Instead of eating bugs, they'll just be stoners.
Yeah, they are gonna be.
Yeah, they should have got James Franco and Seth Rogen to be Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah. Well, really, they should have brought back Nathan Lane for Timon.
Yeah, they really should have. He did such a good job. I love Nathan Lane.
I'm really pissed off that they just aren't bringing back the original cast.
I know. Well, I mean, if because they're going like, ooh, live action Lion King. Fuck off. It's not. It's CG. So it's just another animated Lion King. It's literally just another Lion King, but it doesn't have the good voice talent of the first one. Like, who's Mufasa in the new one?
I think it's James Earl Jones
Wait,
again.
they brought back him, but no one else?
Because he's black.
Man, fuck Disney and their fucking racial diversity agenda.
Hey, guess what? We're not here to cater to you anymore, white people. except all of our movies that featured white stars, which is still most of them. But we're gonna say that we're not gonna cater to white people anymore.
Even though we clearly do, yeah. What are you looking up now?
I'm looking at The Lion King.
Oh, right, okay.
James Earl Jones, what are you up to, man? James Earl Jones, hit us up. Come on the show.
Yeah, let's get some celebrity guests on here. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, if you're listening, I don't know who you are, but I'd like to talk to you.
If I could get Jonathan Taylor Thomas on here, I would immediately be asking him about his time on set for Coming Home for Christmas.
Oh, I think I've seen that film.
Yeah, it's like Disney Channel movie. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and
Oh, I have seen him then.
he's rushing home for Christmas.
This is a good plot. And then his parents try to kill him.
Killing home for Christmas.
killing your home at Christmas. I do want a sequel to Mom and Dad. I'd love that.
I don't. I'm satisfied.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It made me want more. When it ended, I was like, don't stop, keep going. I want more Nicolas Cage going insane trying to kill his kids.
There's plenty of Nicolas Cage going insane. You can't fully unleash the cage.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to keep it under lock and key. Only open when necessary.
Keep him caged, yeah. A good way to end the episode. Next review, we don't know. We got a secret screening.
Think Jonathan Taylor Thomas will be there?
Maybe. I mean,
At the
I don't
screen,
think
not
so.
in the movie.
Yeah, he just lives in Aberdeen now.
I think it's more likely he'd be at a screening than in a movie at this point.
That's a shame. Poor Jonathan Taylor Thomas. That's his name, right? Well, you didn't get it wrong.
Oh yeah, it's
okay.
Jonathan Taylor.
Okay,
JTT is the kids like to call him.
JTT. Oh.
The current kids. Well, the current kids don't call him anything because they don't know he exists.
Well, they like Lion King. But soon they won't ever see the old one. Kids in the future will only watch the CG racially diverse Lion King.
I hope someone edits Jonathan Taylor Thomas's voice.
I hope
over
someone
the
does an
CG
edit
stuff.
of the new Lion King where they just replace all the new voice actors with the old ones.
Yeah.
It'll probably just look worse, because it'll just be like crappy 3D animated, where it almost looks realistic, but it's just like too uncanny valley to take seriously.
I really just want them to have, obviously Jonathan Taylor Thomas as Simba,
Yeah.
and Tim Allen as Mufasa.
Tim Allen! He just appears in the sky. Tim Allen comes in, and then Seth Rogen's like,
That's just when he starts, when Scar says, "Long live the king," to infinity and beyond.
He did that in the Shaggy Dog.
Yeah.
I love Shaggy Dog.
But he died.
Did he? Oh, you mean in Lion King?
Yeah, Mufasa.
I thought you meant Shaggy Dog. I was like, I don't remember that.
No, I'm talking about Mufasa's
Oh, okay.
death when
But he was a ghost.
when he said beyond.
To infinity and beyond. I'd watch that. All white cast. All white reboot.
Oh, White Lion King.
White lions. Just like whatever the original Simba was.
Son of, you mean Kimba?
Kimba, yeah.
Or whatever that anime was, or manga, I can't remember.
So yeah, secret screening next week. Maybe we'll review the movies that we did review but forgot to actually check that we were recording with the microphones instead of the laptop.
It's like 2 days before Tomb Raider comes out, so it might just be that.
Hopefully it's Tomb Raider. I didn't much care for the other ones. But...
Also, we missed our Women's Day special because of...
Oh yeah!
Red
We had a
Spot.
movie where we made fun of Jennifer Lawrence. We had a review where we made fun of Jennifer Lawrence for getting raped for 2 hours.
So hopefully Tomb Raider will make up for... Well, we'll also
She
try
won't
to-
get raped, but she will get beaten up. And then she'll fall down, like
No.
in the game.
Well, yeah, in the trailer, they should have shown what could have been rape, but then the guy just kills her instead for no reason.
Just end with her getting killed.
That's my favorite QuickTime event in that game. Because it's literally like the guy is like running his hand down her, and then he just chokes her instead.
I think you lent that game to me, and
Yeah.
I did not find it fun at all. It was just so boring.
I
remember laughing because she just kept getting hurt by everything.
Yeah.
She kept falling off of everything, and like I liked the bit where she fell down into a bear trap, and then wolves started attacking her, and it's just like fucking hell. Everything wants Lara Croft dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully the film is. I mean, the trailer makes it look so stupid. I'm actually looking forward to it. It looks funny.
It's not gonna be great.
No, it might be entertainingly bad.
I think there's gonna be too many gaps in between the dumb action.
There's gonna be too much feminist bullshit.
Well, yeah, the whole movie, it was like in the US, it was released on Women's Day.
Oh god. Wait, it's already released in America?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Go to McDonald's for Women's Day.
Have a Wick Woman for you.
Wicker Woman. Okay, that's probably good.
A big whack. Monster whack. Monster whack.
What's Monster Mac?
Monster whack. You know the bigger Mac.
Oh yeah, Monster Big Mac.
Yeah.
Go eat one of them and tell us what you think. Bye everybody. Fuck you.